Hello, my name is Bill and welcome to MindYourCrypto. I have Ankr in front of me, Fibonacci retracement and of course support and resistance levels. If you like the content, guys, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell button and share. It means so much to me. And of course you can join our Telegram group chat where we discuss more. I have the link down in the description. So what we are seeing right now for Ankr, we have 14 cents support, 15 cents support levels, and of course the 16 to 70 cents. Previously a resistance level back here when I did the update now becomes, guys, the support level. It is very good. We jumped Fibonacci retracements and you can see here we extended a little bit beyond the 0.618, but as long as we're making higher lows we don't have to worry about it because, guys, except for these support levels, there are many more between those Fibonacci retracements. For example, we have this support level, okay? We have always this support level that we need to focus on, but I am talking about the support levels that you need to focus on. They are much more precise, and of course the Fibonacci retracement support and resistance levels are so important. So what we have here is that we made a 0.618 Fibonacci retracement as our resistance line, and this is very as our support line, sorry, and this is very important. What we might see is a little bit of retracement, but right now it looks pretty good. Let's see the MACD. What I told you guys in my previous videos, what I want to see is having higher highs. I don't care, and higher lows, of course. I don't care if we have, for the 4-hour frame, a bearish situation here where we see the MACD going beyond, because that's because we have pretty high commodity channel index that I will show you afterwards, and pretty high RSI in the 4-hour frame. We don't care if we see this bearish scenario between MACD and the signal line for the 4-hour frame. We care for the daily frame, for the midterm. Right now what we want to see is just higher highs and higher lows for the MACD. Of course we will have some corrections for the short term when we approach a high commodity channel index, but that's very healthy. And let's jump into the commodity channel index to tell you what I'm talking about. We were above the 100, that's why now we are seeing a minor correction, but what we want to see here for the commodity channel index is maintaining this support level right here, and of course seeing higher highs and higher lows. We don't care about these minor corrections except if you are a daily trader. So we have here for the RSI the same. We approached the 70 here, we went a little bit backwards, but that's all, guys, that's all. We don't care so much. We are seeing these corrections, they are pretty healthy to see a little bit of corrections, like here for example where we had this big bullish candle. You can see here this green candle, and we consolidated a little bit for just a few days, next to 1-2 days. We might as well do that, but it's alright, guys, it still looks pretty good. And of course we go now to the Bollinger Bands. Let me remove the drawings and you can see here what is the most important part here, the daily frame for the commodity channel index and the RSI. And you can see here in what we want to see for the RSI. First of all, we have so much room to grow, okay, so much more room to grow and go above the 70. We want to see higher highs and higher lows. We want to break this resistance level, for example, this here resistance level at 66 to 67 for the RSI. We want to go above. So for the daily frame we have much room to grow. Okay, for the commodity channel index we are finding resistance in the 100, but we need to go and surpass this resistance level, and of course we have room to grow for the commodity channel index in the daily frame as well. So we won't care so much as long as we are making higher highs for the 4-hour frame, and as long as we are good between the -100 and the 100 for the commodity channel index, guys, we are absolutely fine. We are absolutely fine. And of course right now what we want to see for the commodity channel index is go above the 100. We want to see it going above the 100 level. Okay, so here, guys, the Bollinger Bands, we approached the bottom line of the Bollinger Bands. We had a buying opportunity for the short term. We approached the top, we had a selling opportunity for the short term. Okay, so right now we are approaching the top line of the Bollinger Bands, but we are still inside the Bollinger Bands. That's all good, guys. We don't have any risk moment so for now for the short mid-term. That's especially for the mid-term. You can see back there at 28th March we had a moment where we were extending the top Bollinger Bands, so we went inside back into the Bollinger Bands again. And what I want to show you guys is this for the daily frame. That's what I like for Ankr. This cross between the signal line and the blue line. The blue line goes above and we want to regain some strength. We want to regain some further more distance between the signal line, and of course we need to go above. We wanted to go above, making higher highs for the daily frame as well. So it looks good. It still looks good for the midterm. Let's see Ankr against Bitcoin in the short term. What we are seeing here is a better situation for Ankr against Bitcoin in the short term for the 4-hourly frame. As you can see here, we are approaching the top, while in Tether USD we aren't approaching yet the top. So we might find resistance back here, and if we can break through, it will be very good. Right now we have the 50-day EMA, guys. We have the 50-day EMA beyond the 20 and the 30-day EMA. That's pretty good. We are still going upwards. That's alright for the 4-hourly frame for Ankr against Bitcoin. And of course we might find resistance, we might consolidate for a bit. If we find resistance back on the top, or we can go furthermore, we can grow furthermore. Okay, let's see the daily frame though, and let's start from the EMAs. As I told you guys, most of the times we are looking pretty good. What we want to see here is the 50-day EMA remain beyond the 20 and the 30-day EMA, and of course the 20-day EMA above the middle line here, the 30-day EMA. So we are still pretty good. When you see this distance between the price and the 20-day EMA, we usually have a risky situation. Therefore we had this consolidation, this correction after this impulsive wave, guys. We had this correction here, absolutely healthy. And what we want to see here is going upwards, regaining some strength again and moving above this resistance level, and always it can break it and move above as well. It still looks good. For the 200 EMA, of course, things are looking pretty good, guys. I won't analyze it further right now. Let's see the MACD for the daily frame for Bitcoin as well. We have this cross here for the Bitcoin, but what we want to see here is regaining some strength for Ankr against Bitcoin. We don't want to see it going downwards again, because Bitcoin is regaining a pretty good amount of strength right now, and the volatility, of course, from Bitcoin will move down to the altcoins, as you know, pretty soon. But right now Bitcoin is gaining so much strength, and of course we don't want to see it going downwards for Ankr against Bitcoin. I repeat, this is. Let's go now to the price analysis. Ankr against USDT in the 4-hourly frame. What we are seeing here, guys, what we want to see is following this bottom trend line, and of course right now going into a squeeze point, maybe moving a bit, retesting the 16 to 70 cents. It's alright, guys, as long as we are making higher highs and higher lows, we are perfectly fine. As long as we're staying above this high, above this low, above this low and above this low, we are perfectly fine. For the short term, as we remain above this low at 29th April, we are perfectly fine and healthy. The 50-day EMA is still beyond the 20-day EMA. That's good. You can see this cross back here on 27th April. As for the RSI and the commodity channel index, we discussed about this previously. That's why we are seeing this a little bit correction, guys, because the commodity channel index, it goes above the 100. That's why we don't have to panic for short-term corrections like this. You have to see the main idea, you have to see the perspective. Of course, if you go to the daily frame, you will see what we are doing here. This is looking pretty good, guys. And of course right now we are in the 4-hourly frame after this nice hammer here, hammer candle, and of course this, but of course this one as well told us that we will move upwards. And you can see these two big engulfish candles, bullish engulfish candles. Actually, when to the left there is a small red candle, to the right there is a big green candle, and of course this was looking pretty good for Ankr. We moved upwards and we still remain strong for the mid-term, because you saw back then for the daily frame, you can see the RSI. We have room to grow, we have room to go above the 70 for the daily frame, for the mid-term, and for the commodity channel index as well. But the commodity channel index has much more higher price, because, guys, because it is more sensitive to the price. That's why it has a higher price. That's why the volatility of as the commodity channel index is always higher than the RSI. RSI is more stable, okay? So what we want to see here, higher lows again, remaining here, remaining above the 50-day MA, remaining up beyond the 20-day MA. It is as we told guys in my previous video, we are going exactly as we made the updates. I am so excited about these guys, and of course I hope I learned, I hope I advise you good, and I hope you learn something from my videos. And of course, for those who bought here, you shouldn't be worrying. If you don't sell your position, you won't be at a loss, okay? You won't lose anything, so you shouldn't worry. Better days are coming. Hold your position, and of course right now it looks good. Of course we want to wait and surpass, get close above the 18 to 19 cents. We went here a little bit above to 19 cents, but we couldn't manage to close the 4-hour frame above this, okay? So right now what we are seeing here is a pretty good scenario, and of course you should always have a buying strategy. What it means by that is, I told you guys, after the 16 to 17 cents it was a very good buying opportunity, and I would hold if I were you for now. Of course, if we had to break down, I don't say we will, but if we had to go downwards, then you could buy the dip more as we fall into further more Fibonacci retracement levels, but we won't discuss about this right now. Looks good still, guys, looks good. Ankr looks good, especially for the midterm. We have room to grow. For the short term, don't worry about this action here because of the commodity. It happened because of the commodity channel index. And if you go to Ankr against Ethereum, a reason you could identify a top here and why we would go downwards is because, guys, if I zoom out in the daily frame, you can see we were approaching a top back here of 2019, 1st April 2019, and then it wasn't a joke. Back on 1st April we went downwards all the way down till we meet this point. We went downwards again, and of course made the U letter, okay, the U letter we are seeing, and right now we are standing in a way that we want to see for the Ankr against Ethereum higher lows. But you could identify the top just by looking altcoins against other altcoins, especially Ethereum, especially Binance Coin, of course whatever you want, guys, but especially Ethereum and Bitcoin. They are so important, and of course you could identify the top from here. We wouldn't have much room to grow. For example, if I had bought there, I would probably sell at this top. It's very hard to identify the top, okay? It's very hard to identify the exact top. Most people just can't do it. Of course, for me, it happens the same, guys. It is very difficult to identify the exact top that I would sell here, because I would say that we almost have like how much room we had to make profits, 15% only according to historical data. So I would be very careful for the short term, and I would sell my position here, and then of course I would buy some more here after seeing this hammer candle, especially for Ankr against USDT. And two reasons that I would buy here: first of all, seeing the candles; secondly, the RSI beyond the 30, we had an oversold situation, and therefore a very good buying opportunity. Same here, we had an oversold situation, therefore a very good buying opportunity for the commodity channel index and for the short term. Right now still looks good, guys. I will daily update for Ankr, and of course if you want to help me, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell button and share. Have a fantastic day wherever you are. See you soon with many more videos. Bye.